Thank you for stopping by, my movie peeps. Let me tell you the movie news. Some of the things we'll be discussing here today, guys, is we got a brand new trailer for the Fantastic Four that actually gives us some interesting insight into the movie. This week, they also dropped the first trailer for The Strangers Chapter 2. Have my opinions changed on this new trilogy? And Superman reactions are coming out, but it's a little weird the way they're doing it. Oh, we'll be diving into that along with so much more, so you guys know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Timestamps in the description, and well, just a quick couple of updates for you. Yes, I saw Jurassic World Rebirth during that secret movie showing they held this week, but the studio has asked me to not post my review until the embargo lifts on Monday, so that's when I'll be posting that and have a lot to say about that film. I know maybe some of you are going to ask me on my opinions on Ironheart. I have not gotten around to see it, but I promise I will at least check out the first 3 episodes in time for the live stream this week. For those of you asking on the video involving the Superman prequel book, I did finish it. The issue I'm having with that is the book doesn't actually reveal a whole lot, at least not enough for a video, but the little intriguing details it does reveal about David Cornsweet's Superman, I will still be bringing up in a segment during the Superman vlog, where I'll be going out in Superman costume, buying a bunch of merchandise from the movie. And because y'all have also asked for it, there will be a Fantastic Four one as well, going to get that sweet, delicious Caesar's pizza. I also sent the editor of the channel, Reed, my opinions on the first 4 Christopher Reeve Superman movies, so a review on those will be coming out in the next week or two. Just a couple things for you to look forward to, but now let's get into the news. And kicking things off here with a couple of trailers that got released, there was a new one for a movie I thought sounded intriguing, and now having seen the trailer, I am just as intrigued. It's a Channing Tatum film entitled Roofman. This tells a real-life story about a guy who hid inside a Toys R Us and also robbed a total of 60 McDonald's. That's a lot of McChickens. I'm always a sucker for these odd, weird, true stories that have happened out there, and Channing Tatum seems to be having a lot of fun in the role, and who as a child didn't reminisce of just spending the night in a Toys R Us? R.I.P. But not you, Jeffrey. I never liked you, Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Everything about this movie seems like it's going to be a good time for me. I also like the director behind it. He's directed Blue Valentine and also Place Beyond the Pines, 2 movies I also really enjoy. I don't know. Seems like it could be an interesting story, but you guys see the trailer for Roofman. Is it something that you're going to want to check out? Next up, we finally got revealed the first trailer for Strangers Chapter 2. Now, as someone that was really looking forward to the idea of getting 3 Strangers movies that were going to be filmed back to back to back, that first movie devastated me. It was a total letdown, a poor rendition of the original. But even with me having such a sour taste in my mouth, I'm willing to give these next 2 movies a chance, because at least they'll finally be doing their own thing, not just ripping off the first movie in a poor way. And although, yes, this second trailer does seem somewhat promising, like I do like the idea of her being chased around a hospital. It's very much reminding me of like Halloween 2, John Carpenter's Halloween 2, that is, which is also my favorite Halloween sequel. I also even thought the poster they released looked pretty sweet because it was filled with red smoke. But there's just a voice in the back of my head going, don't get your hopes up. You've seen what this director and team are capable of with the franchise. It's gonna let you down. And even the trailer tries to start painting a mystery with these townspeople and some random guy she's having a conversation with. I just can't find myself to care. I think they've already butchered the mystery and intrigue with the Strangers without even fully revealing what their deal is. So I don't know. Like I said, I am going in optimistic. I'm gonna watch this come September when it releases. Hope it does something good, but I gotta tell you, I am not that thrilled right now. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but you guys saw this trailer for Strangers Chapter 2. You turning around on the franchise? And then we were given a brand new trailer for the Fantastic Four. I had already thought they'd shown enough footage of maybe some of the bigger, interesting moments of the film, but they were holding back on us, and now I definitely don't need to see more footage. Marvel, keep it to yourself. But what they did end up showing off definitely sparked my interest. Like, yes, let's talk about it. The Thing has a beard? That thing is a marvel to look at.
Say that again?
But looking at it, it made me think, bro, what is happening in this film? I feel like we're starting to get some of the pieces put together, because the trailers are still being kind of vague on what the story is. Like, sure, we know the Silver Surfer comes in, where she has a great line in this trailer.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus.
But obviously, Silver Surfer comes in. Galactus is going to show up. The only things I can pick apart from this trailer are the fact that Sue, at the beginning of the movie, or at the beginning of a lot of these trailers, announces she is pregnant. And this trailer really shows off baby Franklin Richards more. Pairing that up with the beard, the thing grows. It makes me think there is some sort of time jump that either happens naturally or through them traveling in space doing a mission and probably involving time dilation, interstellar style, where up there Sue's pregnancy gets accelerated and by the time they land on Earth, Franklin is just born. I mean, that's definitely the shot I get with Sue walking through a crowd holding her baby. It's like she just got off the spaceship and everyone's staring at her going, yo, when'd she have that kid? I also love the gag of them edging us with the phrase, it's clobbering time.
Hey, what time is it?
Time is it, Ben?
No.
What time is it, Ben?
No, Johnny.
Say the date.
That's not really something I say.
That is going to be so satisfying to hear whenever it happens, and also makes me wonder if Johnny's even going to have his flame on catchphrase. But speaking of Johnny, they do finally highlight the line look from the comics and how they're adapting it for the movie, and I think it looks pretty cool. So far, none of the trailers have really been able to show us a lot of those lines on Johnny Storm, but here it is. I do wish we could have gotten more Reed Richards stretchy power action, but I'll take what I can get. It's a good trailer. It's amazing, spectacular, wonderful, fantastic.
Say that again?
No, a really good trailer. I'm still on the level where I'm more hyped for Superman, but every Fantastic Four trailer, I'm like, maybe a little, nah, still Superman, but Fantastic Four is getting me there. How are you guys feeling about this trailer and any speculation or theories about the plot based on this new footage? Moving on, I wanted to give a quick little update on Pixar because we know this last weekend they just had Elio premiere and the movie ended up being one of the worst openings for Pixar in its history, which just really makes me sad because the Pixar name doesn't hold any weight to the general audience. But it just goes to show you some people scream, I want an original movie, and then they don't go show up to support it. And heck, on that note, we do have the CEO of Pixar commenting on the future of the company when situations like this happen with their original films. In an article, they say here, while the studio has to take risks, doctors said these films also take 5 years to make, and by the time moviegoers see them in a theater, about 8 different versions have already been made in prototype form. He said to mitigate some risk, Pixar has landed on a cadence of 1 original film followed by 1 sequel, more or less. And that's honestly why I don't complain whenever Pixar is busting out a new sequel. I'm sure people will get mad after they announce Toy Story 6. Yeah, that's right. Toy Story 5 hasn't come out, but Toy Story 6 is right around the corner and you know it. And that's because the big money Toy Story is going to make is going to fund a lot of original projects within Pixar's lineup. And it allows them to take risks like Elio that, hey, didn't pay off, but it's still an original movie I'm glad ended up happening. So with the sequels they've already announced, Toy Story 5 and Incredibles 3, I know we have Hopper coming up next and they probably have another couple original movies. I wonder who is next in the lineup. Like, I think Inside Out 3 for sure happening. That's gonna be a story about Riley probably heading off to college, and I think the main basis of it is probably going to be her falling in love and us seeing those emotions in her head. Like, that's the clear story direction for that. Cars 4 I think is always a possibility because that's just a huge money maker on the merchandise side of things. Like, the movies make nothing compared to the merchandise money Pixar gets off that. But there was an article that recently came out stating that there's rumors that Ratatouille 2 could end up happening. That's one I'd for sure be happy with. I have no idea where you go for a story with that. You know, my money's always on like WALL-E 2. I don't care what you do. I just want to see WALL-E again. But I really feel it could be relevant with like AI and machines, you know, starting to take more over our lives. And those people sitting on them chairs that I've desperately want. I don't care if it makes me fat. Get me one of them chairs. You could just see me. Just... honey, bring my iPad. So we'll see. But with you seeing that Elio, an original movie, did not make the money they wanted, can you blame Pixar for busting out so many sequels so they can keep making original movies that sometimes don't perform well. Next up, we have some kind of breaking news that is kind of a big deal for a lot of movie fans, and that is the announcement that Social Network Part 2 is happening. Deadline here has it reported that The Social Network Part 2 in works at Sony, with Aaron Sorkin set to write and direct, pick inspired by the Wall Street Journal's The Facebook Files. All right, so before I even get into the specific details involved with this, let's talk about why this is a big deal to a lot of movie fans. I never thought The Facebook Movie would be one of the greatest pieces of cinemas, but it is. I remember seeing that movie, one, because Andrew Garfield had just been cast as Spider-Man, and I was not familiar with Andrew Garfield, so I went to go see the movie, and it was amazing. I love that film. It is so endlessly rewatchable, filled with such great performances, so well directed by David Fincher, great screenplay by Aaron Sorkin, and is one of the best versions of a biopic movie that shows you the startup of a company. But interestingly enough, you and I live in the real world. We have seen how much Facebook has also evolved since the time of that film. And now those talks and suggestions from fans is coming true. But it's unfortunately not exactly in the way some would want. For one, David Fincher does not look to be part of the directing of this movie. Instead, Aaron Sorkin, who wrote the first movie, is going to be writing and directing this one. That makes a lot of people mad because they think what made the first Social Network so good is David Fincher's directing, but it seems like he has an exclusive contract with Netflix right now. He's also making a Quentin Tarantino sequel on Brad Pitt's character from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's also a movie that isn't being considered a direct sequel to the Social Network. They're calling it more of a follow-up, so there's even a chance Jesse Eisenberg may not return as Mark Zuckerberg, although I would really hope he does, just so I can see the evolved human Mark that we have today, who wears gold chains and baggy shirts. Would that not then be hilarious to see Jesse Eisenberg's Mark Zuckerberg start rocking these fits? As the headline mentioned, it'll mainly be focused on this article published by the Wall Street Journal that kind of exposed Facebook's algorithm and how much it had a play in the 2020 election. That plus how it's affected teens, preteens, violence, and just overall commentary. Because let's face it, if you want to go to a place where there's a lot of accurate movie news source, it ain't Facebook. Can't tell you how many cousins, uncles, friends I have will send me Facebook screenshots of like some made up movie going, yo, you didn't tell me this was happening. That's because it ain't real, Uncle Frank, which I do think is an interesting story point to go, although I know it'll probably end up being a recipe for disaster since it's mentioning the election. But probably the most devastating part of all this, there probably isn't a good reason for Andrew Garfield's character of Eduardo to come back. Like, one of my all-time favorite scenes is Andrew Garfield just giving it to Mark Zuckerberg. So we'll see if it ends up being worthwhile, but what do you guys think about the Social Network 2 happening? And just when I thought the breaking news couldn't get any bigger, we just got revealed who is going to be directing the next era of Bond. As you guys know, just a couple days ago, a short list of the directors who would potentially take over the Bond franchise was let out. All of them actually sounding like great choices, but the name they have landed on is Denis Villeneuve, who of course has directed the recent Dune movies. Look, you guys know, I've mentioned it here on the channel. There are very few properties I actually talk about because I like sticking to things I'm either knowledgeable in, actually excited about, and so on and so forth. You'll rarely see me talk about a film franchise or property I have no interest in because I don't ever see the point in faking it. And James Bond, unfortunately, was just one of those franchises I never got around to, never had an interest, haven't seen one movie. But now knowing that director Denis Villeneuve is going to be part of this, I am the world's biggest Bond fan. You will erase all the things I've ever said about James Bond because now the name's Bond. Big Bond fan. I'm not even a Bond fan, and I am excited now for what is about to happen with this franchise, and I can only also hope other Bond fans are going crazy. In a statement made by Denis Villeneuve, he said exactly, "Some of my earliest movie-going memories are connected to 007. I grew up watching James Bond films with my father, and ever since Dr. No with Sean Connery, I'm a die-hard Bond fan. To me, he's sacred territory. I intend to honor the tradition and open the path for many new missions to come. This is a massive responsibility, but also incredibly exciting for me and a huge honor." Wow, guys, that is so awesome. And it really is a talent like him that makes me now really interested to get a little deeper into the Bond franchise. That way I can see what really differentiates his from the other eras. This is where I'm going to ask you diehard fans to give me a list of the must-see Bond movies, the ones I have to, because I know there's a ton out there. Give me the essential ones, and I don't care if you throw in one so bad it's good one in there. You know I'll be okay with that. But tossing it off to you real James Bond fans out there, does this excite you? Or would you rather not have an auteur like him and maybe wanted something more blockbustery, more just casual? Because he's definitely going to elevate the franchise. And I'm excited to see that and who will end up playing Bond. But okay, moving on to Superman here. So people right now are actually getting to watch Superman for the first time. I could not be more happy for my movie influencer friends who are participating in that. I put up a lovely response to Soups, who is getting to do that right now. Happy, just so happy for you. But it will be interesting to see tonight if reactions will be let out, because a lot of my movie mutuals are going there, and from what they've told me, they are still sworn to an embargo. So I actually don't know if we are going to be getting reviews tonight or if that'll wait until the embargo lifts come July 8th. That's what makes it all the more interesting when they've been going around doing a press tour where they show off only 30 minutes of Superman, and the reactions to the first 30 minutes have been nothing but positive. People absolutely love it, saying things like it's a very refreshing take on Superman, that although the trailers have shown a lot, the first 30 minutes really lets us know there's still so much more we haven't seen. Honestly, a lot of glowing things, but it's so funny that they're allowing reactions to the 30 minutes, but I don't know if they're going to allow reactions to people who have seen the whole movie. So time will honestly tell. I could sit here and wait the next 3 hours to see if reactions hit online, but I know I didn't post a lot of videos this week, so I just wanted to get this side flick out for y'all. If we do end up getting a lot of reactions, best believe I'll make a solo video breaking all the positive and the negative ones. But I am going to be concerned if for some reason they don't allow those reactions to come out tonight. But anyways, guys, that is all movie news we currently have going on right now. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me talk some movie news. Don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.